Here we are, back at the desert palace, and this time we should now actually have the proper equipment to get to this place. Oh yeah, it can do some magic attacks. Oh, what's the matter? No matter. Those spider-leg enemies are just those earth-crawling spiders are just annoying. Robin Foots. So, but still, now heading back towards the Fire Palace or temple. What is there? Well, hard to say which this place is because, well, palaces are, you could say, something like a luxury residence / place of government. It's always a bit varied. Somebody may have a home or residence which is like a palace, but there is a matter of actually not being palace in the sense that it would be place to govern, but fight fire with fire. Well, let's use that was the wrong. It was not the basic fireball. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not just a matter of proper, putting it in the proper element. It's also the case of using the proper magic from that element. Yep, exploding it makes the fire fade, which kind of makes sense. Fight fire with fire. Healing spell and more of these droplet enemies which can multiply themselves. More a line of annoyance than you could say a true peril because of that ability to multiply themselves. But they are, at least in that kind of sense, quite good source of experience points and damage deal and resources because of there being quite many of them. Actually, there's just they need to be usually at least unless you happen to be in very high, you could say high. Oh, and I fell to the wrong location. That ramp leads down, meaning you can't get through that. A little bit of a walk around doesn't really do that much annoyance. Yeah, the cloud enemies are just not worth picking fights with. Oh yeah, and the red droplets can cause you some unpleasant level of damage. And you could say that the Fire Temp Palace is a bit more complex than, well, you could say almost any other location. Well, it's more complex than previous dungeons, temples, or dungeons. But for whatever reason, even with the extra complexity it has, it really is not that complex. complex place to navigate. It's quite clear that these palaces of mana were that, you could say, big deal to those who originally built them, for whatever reasons. Right? Yeah, more of using fire, but no explosives, right? Just light it on fire. Yep. That's on the main character with the axe. There was some kind of, let's say, general principle about how the weapon skill learning and upgrading goes. I might say that the ranged weapons are those which kind of might be lagging behind because of them usually not necessarily always the best weapons. Okay, this room looks a bit. It was not dead end. An extra orb hidden in a little bit of extra side corridor. Interesting little extra upgrade secret this game has. Although this game, I would not call this game to be very heavy in the area of found secrets or side paths or anything. There really is any kind of, you could say, side paths. All the game is completely. Well, there's a couple of very minor secret things you can find in this game. But they are not something that they would give you any extra, let's say, noticeable progress or anything like that. Extra progress or extra abilities or contain some super massive upgrade to your weaponry. Nothing like that. Just some quite run-of-the-mill little bit pressure or slight extra convenience gameplay. But everything in this game is contained. So when I say this game, every piece of the world in this game is explored. Let's just because they are. Come on, let's just get going, alright. No, I'm not interested in picking fights with those things because or they can only be defeated with magics anyway, and there's not much of, you could say, incentive to go for it. Now this would be a location you could find right at the beginning of the game, beginning of the fire dungeon. There was not, let's say, not that much reason to. Come on, don't stuck there. Come here. The basic jump maneuver, basic whip maneuver around, not even bothering to pick fights with all these figures. Something strange, this looks like a puzzle. Oh, but in this game, it would be not a matter of of blowing it out, but more like this is just a case of extinguishing it, the fire. And left two open. Now, I'm quite certain that just walking through it without blowing up the crystal would not get you through. It would be two triggers. Oh, and a boss monster. Looks like some sort of beefy guy who punches stuff. Fire. So, 1200 points off. Yeah, that was let's blast out. No fire to wait attack from it. Yeah, it doesn't take any damage from that. So let's just stop the usual policy of being cheapskate and eat out one of their fairy walnuts to get massive 50 magic points. Yeah, you really never need to use more than one fairy walnut to restore your magic points fully, but there's of course the fact that fairy walnuts are very expensive. Balances it out, and usually they are not even available that well. But that took out one little piece. Yeah, Fire Palace or Fire Temple had a fortress, had a guardian. But it wasn't that much of a impressive one. Oh. Nothing a bit, but seeds not here. So it was not just a salamander being stolen, also the seed has been stolen. And of course, once the palace is cleared, all the enemies get killed, and I don't know what might cause that. Well, knowing that there's barely any reason to return to these temples, it's kind of not that strange. But returning to Kakara. Alright, here's the dancing merchant dude. Bye. Not needing to buy anything, so it would be actually now time to head towards the cold country. Ice country. Land of the dodos. I don't know. They are not dodos. Dodos are extinct species of birds. Well, at least we now know the Fire Palace had one thing in it. So just smacking down, heading towards in to recover. And that was the restoration and healing part necessary. progressing. And here's what. So yeah. Up now, fully upgraded again. So it would be now time to just this time not much further fighting against all the numerous wolf critters around here, and just walk straight through the place. Damn. Yeah. Making the teammates fight aggressively has occasionally some hiccup. And the fact that there's so much of this kind of the fact that even a tiny amount of damage that you get will cause a quite significant amount of hit stun and all that, which quite often in many kind of say more actiony RPG style, or not all action RPGs or anything like that, is the fact that yeah, it's not that you might have a massive amount of hit points, but even the tiny critter just to smack you. It causes not necessarily much damage, but it causes lots of delay and annoyance by shoving you around, even though you could just shrug off the damage. You get way more hurt by the delay and all an annoyance instead of real peril of that being damaged. And of course the pathfinding is also not exactly perfect in this generation of games, especially when this kind of player character AI is concerned, and any other AI as well. But of course, the designers then were not stupid. The medium had already quite well established itself. Not necessarily not yet as a say really respected art form, but it had established itself as a stuff you do. So it was not also it was not a case of them working in vacuum either. Smacking them around and damn it, got stuck in the punching loop. But luckily the cups of wishes are quite cheap. Oh, and here's an echo, of course, so I can no need to save, but I intend to buy back the cup of wishes. And yeah, Neko is a goddamn annoyance. He demands exorbitant prices. Usually you would say that he demands double prices. But in the end, he would be also quite much important merchant because he does show up in places like this. Very not you would say I would say it is quite unusual business idea, but seeing that he might be the only merchant in many of these kind of very dangerous places infested with all kinds of monsters, it is not invalid. It's unusual, but not invalid. But this is more important looking place. Yeah, the Ice Palace. So, time to head inside, deal with ice tortoises, and this place looks much less like. Well, this place is much more. This place has much more appearance of Elini's castle. Oh, and it looks like I can't get to that. Yeah. But there was a little bit of a puzzle involved, and not starting to not stop him about those things. See, does the other side have anything interesting in it? It is very possible that there is something. Oh. Being snowman, it is hindrance. Okay. Get out from there. Yeah, the snowman effect is really annoying because it just basically is just a long stun with a quite silly appearance. Let's just blast out the rain hit points spell. Yep, and it did do some damage as well. And now I'm gonna be yes, I'm gonna slowly give those things some. They're too far to really start smacking them out. And behind top weapon. Press the buttons. This kind of magic eye thing again. All kinds of basically quite recurring enemy types. But nothing you could say truly unusual. These books are completely new kind of enemies though. But they are not really, you could say, unusual. This is a bit of a maze or maze part. Don't scuffle with against the books. Yep, wasn't much of a maze. Barrier. That's a spell which is actually real unpleasant. Yeah, it makes you, it gives an invulnerability towards physical attacks, which is not pleasant. Ah, this was a trap. And these little jumpy bastards. not really much of a peril. Yep, these are the exactly same kind of lizard critters that appeared at the Warrior Palace, but this time they are, well, and one of them decided to just aggressive. Let's just make it faster by giving them a little bit of a burn. But basically, they just don't do anything new than what they haven't already been doing. They know the heal magic. Now it's even less effective than it used to be because of the way more damage being dealt now. One of them already took over. And another one killed, and the others as well. They were out of the picture. Why they were even included in that encounter, I don't know. Perhaps they wanted to give you some extra gameplay. And a lot of these locations that you have to use the whip, which well, it's the game mechanics that they had in this into this game, which are not always perfect, but they are, I would say, enough mechanics. Something, oh, be gone. I'm not leaving any going anywhere. Hey, look at that. Another of these giant things. And it looks like a frost thing. So it would be time to start smashing out some fireballs. Regular damage. Our fireballs do quite good, nice, hefty damage to it. Just nice. If you would try to go to the hand-to-hand combat against that team, it with quite much smacking your heart. But fireball magic spam for the win. Yep, that's it's very potent method of getting stuff done. Oh yeah, boomerang's orb. And what's this? Hey, that looks Santa Claus. Oh, well, that means that now have to actually go and take the fire seed back to the fire palace. There's a fire in the palace in Kakara, but I think I'm not gonna show that part because it just demands that just walk around, walk back to all this little. It would mean that just plenty of walking around to this place, to the desert, and all that, which is not really that interesting. It is quite good, fun gameplay, but not interesting thing to watch, especially now that I'm running out of mentally about computation skills. So I will continue next time in Kakara or wherever I am after I have fixed the fire seed already. So see you next time. See ya.